The first property that I ever sold is a 2-bedroom apartment on New South Head Road in Rose Bay. And I sold the property for $260,000 at the time. Now, I sold that property to a young couple who were getting married. I think I would have sold more than 10 properties for them and their family in the last 28 and a half years. And we're still really great friends to this day. We're great friends with their parents also. It's just such a wonderful memory. That was the first property that I ever sold. I think he's probably the top barrister in Sydney in his field. So it's been wonderful to watch them grow in their lives and raise their family, and been lucky enough to be part of the property transactions that they've had over the years and also for their families. But it's amazing, isn't it, how a small sale like that can lead to such a long-term, almost lifelong relationship. Last year I had a wonderful sale. I sold an apartment in Woollahra, and it's a 3-bedroom apartment. The young lady who bought the apartment, I was selling her parents' house for them when I first started in real estate, and her mother came home from the hospital in her 4-wheel drive, and in the back of the car she had her newborn baby, and I helped the mother lift the baby out of the car. Now that is the young lady that bought the 3-bedroom apartment from me now, and that was just such a memory. The fact that I had lifted her out of the car when she was a baby and now she's buying her first property through myself, I thought was amazing. I sold a property to a Japanese buyer about 8 years prior. That was a house in Vaucluse in Sydney. It was a very beautiful home. He paid about $8 million for the house at the time. It had a very nice view of the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. And I got a phone call about 8 years later from his PA in Japan. She rang me and she said, "Oh, I've got very sad news. My boss has passed away." It was near Christmas time. It was the end of the year when the market's not as busy. So I said, "Would you like me to come over and meet the sons?" And she said, yes. Could you be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon? This is in Japan, in Tokyo. So I quickly organised a plane ticket with Mary Lynn, who I work with. I've worked with now for going on to 15 years. We jumped on an aeroplane and we flew to Japan. Then we got to his office in the middle of Tokyo. We were right on time. We walked in and there were 2 ladies sitting at the front desk. They had a private hospital business, so they stood up at the front reception and they bowed to us. And we weren't used to that, and we bowed back to them. We auctioned the home as we went into COVID. It took about 9 months from the time we met with him to the time the property went onto the market, because the father, his will wouldn't stand up in Australia because he wasn't an Australian resident, and they had to appoint a lawyer to sort all of that out. We expected the property would sell for about $13 million. That's when the interest rates dropped to about 2%, and couldn't believe it. The house sold for over $24 million at the auction, and it broke the record at the time for the most expensive house ever sold at auction in Australia. We got a great result for them. The buyers were happy because they got themselves a great house. It was just a wonderful outcome, but it's a memory that I'll never forget. I learned a long time ago, don't burn bridges. And just because a buyer doesn't buy from you on a property, don't burn the relationship with the buyer. I had a sale in Watson's Bay about, when was it now? I think 3 years ago. I had a buyer that was going to buy the property, and he said he was going to sign the contract, and then at the last minute he decided he wasn't going to buy the property and changed his mind and didn't go ahead. And it was very frustrating because the owner really wanted to sell the house, but I did not burn my relationship. And then about 6 months later, I listed another house in Rose Bay, and I rang that buyer, kept on to that buyer, and he came down and he actually bought that property for $30 million. So you often have disappointment in real estate. Things don't always go the way you hope they will go, and it's quite challenging. And one of the big things you need to do to be successful is not get affected by downturns or negativity, because you have to repel yourself from that, and you have to just move on. When something goes wrong, you've got to move on and make sure that it'll go right next time, and change if you need to change, and also just keep on trying to be around positive people and keep doing deals. If you can do that, you'll be fine. But you also have to be very disciplined. So if you want to have a long career in real estate, you have to be really focused every day, because you have to make quick decisions, and they're big decisions sometimes. You have to be really sharp if you want to do well in real estate. In my personal life, I'm extremely lucky. I've got wonderful parents. I've only ever been married once, and that's my wife Lulu, who helps me amazingly in the business, and we've been together for more than 20 years. So Lulu runs our business. She looks after all the administration side of things, which is a huge thing when you're selling nearly 1,000 properties a year. So I've been very lucky to have Lulu in my life, and we build a very strong team. We've got a great bunch of people. We started out only 4 of us when we first started, and I think way over 100 people now. We just try and work with great people that we like and like-minded, and I try and set the rules to make sure that we work ethically. We've got about 7 or 8 offices running now, and the great thing about working in real estate is you can grow the team. A lot of the people we work with have been with us for a long time, some more than 30 years. Many people I find that we work with have that desire to do well and do well for the clients, and it makes them feel good. And I think if you can treat people with mutual respect, they'll enjoy working there and they'll stay there. We've just built a brand new office in Double Bay. We're having that in addition to 2 offices we've already got in Double Bay, so we'll have 3 offices in Double Bay then. I love doing my job. We're very selective on who we have in our teams, and we work really well together. We all love going into work, and we've been doing really well. So we've got lots of satisfied clients. That's the most important thing for us, is that we have many satisfied clients and also repeat business. And I think that will continue if we just do the same thing every day and we work really hard to do the best we can for our sellers and our buyers. I'm sure that our business will continue to grow and to do well. Success is about being happy and making sure that you do the right thing by everyone that you deal with. We just try and do the right thing by people and do the best we can. I think if you do that, you can have a healthy, happy, successful life, and you can't ask for anything more than that.